So, Kathryn, can you go first?
Okay, well,
Yes.
My name is Kathryn Merk, and I am 58 years old. I am single, never married, no children. I am the oldest of 3 daughters. My parents are still alive, and my younger sister and her husband and their 2 children, my niece and nephew. I live in Cleveland Heights, which is a suburb just east of the city of Cleveland. I've grown up here, was raised here, and finished school here. And I met Jessica in February when I was introduced to the Tao through my friend Bethany Chose. And we are friends through one of our local Unity churches. So I've been studying A Course in Miracles and Unity principles for probably, I think, 14 years now or something like that. And I grew up in the Presbyterian church. What am I learning? I am learning to pay more attention to my thoughts, my feelings. I'm trying to understand the Tao. To me, it's kind of complicated. It's not as easy to understand. But I see connections with all of the spiritual knowledge that I already have. And I'm grateful to be here tonight.
Oh, that's good. As long as you're willing to learn and learn to cultivate, that's what we are here to do.
Kathryn, did you tell them what you do for a living?
No, I didn't. What I do for a living is I'm an art therapist at a dialysis care center. I provide art and craft materials to patients while they are doing their 3 to 5 hour dialysis. And most patients have to come 3 times a week for up to 5 hours every time. And it's pretty much a full-time job. These are patients whose kidneys do not function or minimally function. And it's a lifelong, once they are diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, it is something they have to do every day. And it's an honor to be around these very brave people, men and women who, most of them, their average age is 65, although we do have people as young as 22. We have a few patients who are in their early 20s. They are the grandchildren and possibly even great-grandchildren of African Americans with kidney failure. African Americans are primarily the population in the United States whose kidneys fail, and they don't know why. So anyway, it's an honor and a privilege to help these people create art to help distract them from the amount of time that they have to sit in a chair for 3 to 5 hours and not get up and not move. It can be very difficult, very difficult.
Great job. Yeah, you've done. That's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm very honored that I have this job. I've been there at the company I work for 5 years.
Yeah, that's a lot of patience and then determination to help them. Yeah, that's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Or Jessica can share with us.
I have to thank the Grace of Heaven and thanks all the masters to support the Cleveland, Ohio. I get nervous. I'm sorry. I have to thank the 崔老点禅师 to allow me to put the 4 vow when it's my first time come to the Dharma class in New York. I didn't know how difficult was it to have all the 点禅师 to 承担 all the vow, like a vegan vow, like a temple host vow. And thanks to 金老点禅师 to set up the temple for me in 2015. I also have to thank the 赖点禅师 who honored the 4 vow for me. For the 荣点禅师, I don't see anybody who is nicer than her, who have all the patience. And every time something happens, she's always there for all of us. And she's the one who do the most job to let us understand the Tao is for real. And all the miracle I go through every day, even set up the class for the Zoom class, and for all the members to be in the class, have to thank the heavens, also the members' ancestors and their common debitor to let them to be in the class. Going through this class every day, I understand how difficult it is to even come and attend the class, and also to understand the true principle, true nature. So I thank all the members, all the staff who work so hard for this Tao propagation. So I'm here to say thank you. Back to you, Carrie.
Oh, thank you, Jessica, for your
Jessica, we
lovely
need
sharing.
Jessica, we need more stories from you.
Well,
Yeah.
You got a lot of experience,
this is
there.
Kathryn. May I say thank you to Jessica?
Go ahead.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Jessica has been she's a new friend in my life, and I've never met anybody so devoted to her spiritual path. June has also been very helpful as far as the technical things are concerned, but she also is very knowledgeable, and she translates Chinese words into English so the rest of us in the Cleveland Zoom class can understand the Chinese words. I have to say, though, that Jessica, you have such a unique sense of humor, and you help us laugh at ourselves. And tonight I actually have a smile on my face, whereas 24 hours ago I did not. 24 hours ago I was going through a moment, and I was not feeling well, and I was not feeling myself. And I've been through quite a lot since the beginning of May, and Jessica has been with me every week and encouraged me to come to as many classes as possible. And it really does, the classes take me out of my daily life and put my mind in a different place. And so I often feel much more peaceful after the class. I may not understand everything, but I just want to say that Jessica, she's funny, she's kind, she's sweet, she's thoughtful, and she sends me these funny little icons and other things during the day sometimes to just put a smile on my face. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to the Grace of Heaven and all of the masters and everybody who is supporting her and loving her and encouraging her, including her husband and her son.
Good job. Yeah. We know she did an excellent. She had done an excellent job there.
She is doing a great. Yes, she's doing excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a lot to do. Sometimes she teaches three, 4 times a day, and I don't know how often she eats.
Yeah. Here, this is Mark. I want to mention a couple of things. Holy Teacher mentioned it last weekend in Taiwan. Okay, to give us some advices. First things, the Holy Teacher wants us to repent as much as we can every day. Second things, Holy Teacher wants us to take a bath every day. Third thing, Teacher wants us to do the marriage and then fulfill our vows every day. That's Holy Teacher mentioned it last weekend in Taiwan. Okay, so I just want to pass a message from Taiwan they gave to us. And everything, the other thing is we need to eat healthy food. Don't drink all the drinks. We should drink just water if we can. Okay, so that's Holy Teacher mentioned to us. So pay attention. Every day we need to stay with a positive thought. Do not to have miscellaneous thoughts coming out from our mind. Okay, thank you.
David, can you please share your Tao experience with us? Thank you.
Hi everyone. I want to thank the grace of heaven, the virtues of teachers, and the blessing of predecessors, and everyone for giving me the opportunity to speak about my Tao experience. So, my name is David May. I'm 22 years old. I was born in New York, but grew up in Philadelphia. Currently in the process of completing a bachelor's degree for architecture. And for me, my journey started when I received my Tao when I was 13 years old. But it wasn't until recently I rediscovered the wisdom in Tao and cultivation and felt the need to receive the Tao again. When I first received my Tao, it was from my mom. She had an accident, and during that time, we definitely wasn't very into being religious, and my grandfather definitely didn't promote the idea of it. And we were okay with our lifestyle, being a very low-income family, until my mom, who was a very hard worker at that time, was told one of her legs was permanently impaired. She could walk, but she could never run. And that really like broke our family apart. But she didn't give up, and she heard from her friend about the Tao, and she was interested in anything that could help her. So the next day she took us to a temple, and we started going through cultivation and allowing everyone in my family to understand new virtues and Tao. And when I went to the temple, I couldn't understand what was happening at that time. For me, it was peculiar seeing everyone passionately reciting sutra, and my mother, who seems to be committed in it, speaking in Mandarin. I didn't know Mandarin at the time, and I still don't know a whole lot, but from their actions and their approach and what they do in life, I saw it meant everything for them. And my mom, who after attending, she was better. It made her a better person. And after that, I grew up, and I was given increasingly more tasks to help others with tasks like translation, making phone calls, and sometimes doing my parents' payment myself. And I recall it was for a good deed and merit, but I never understood it at that time when I was like 13 and wasn't very passionate about it. And growing up, my friends and anyone who I connected with seems to have conflicting opinions in the meaning of life, and I grew very far from it Tao. But even with like studying, working, and communicating with people in general, I still like stuck to some teachings I remember hearing as like being very respectful to not just your family but everyone, and be more helping. And during this Corona time period, with the amount of time I've spent at home, I started getting a new perception of what my mom was trying to teach me. I saw her trying to teach others the Tao, and her being very passionate about it. So I wanted to correct my errors to be better. And it's hard. I can't be a vegetarian just yet, but I've limited my eatings, and I'm reading more books that isn't science-based. And I guess for me, Tao is an opportunity, and I've been given an opportunity through being born and raised with learning English that's already an advantage I wasn't aware of. And seeing others going through the language barrier between like Chinese and English, like others, when I was younger, I didn't understand it back then, but now I do, and I hope to cultivate and become more enlightened. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to share.
Oh, it's a beautiful story. Wow. And you got a lot of potential there. When the temple needs your help, all the senshin need your help too. Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I shared like my story to anyone.
Yeah. And is your mommy feel much better right now?
She can't run, but she is always positive, and that makes everyone positive, and it's good.
Oh, that's beautiful. The guy and Buddha always behind us, behind her too. Don't worry. Yep. Just keep doing what she's doing. Yep. How many more years do you have to go in the college?
I just finished my associates, so I have 2 more years to get my bachelor's.
Okay, good. Yeah. Continue pursue your dream and help more others. Mm-hmm. Yeah, David, my wife Judy want to share her story quickly. Yeah, my wife Judy had a big car accident, so the disc on her neck and also disc on her spine came out. She couldn't walk. She couldn't do anything, but she kept going to the temple, and then also bring people to receive Tao. She's about 99.99% recovered. Yeah, the old days even came out from the bed. Yeah.
That is actually very similar to what happened to my mom when she found out like one of her legs was impaired. She couldn't stand up for a very long time. She just sat in the bed, and everyone in my family saw her in that state, and we were like devastated.
Yeah.
But like in the end, one of her friends sent a message asking if she wants to visit a temple, and she took the opportunity, and that allowed like her using the opportunity to in the future give other people a like vision of what she saw, and also a opportunity to cultivate.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because my wife happened to her situation, same thing. Yeah, we help all the living sentient beings. The heaven will help us too. Good job. Yeah.
Okay, so next member who is sharing it on the list is Sally.
Okay. Hi. My name is Sally.
Hi. Yeah.
So my story is I was very fortunate enough to receive the Tao when I was a baby.
Wow.
And I received it with my parents. And so it has been like 23, 24 years. And I had the fortunate experience of growing up in the Tao community with my life surrounded by masters and lecturers. And I was just that little kid that runs around in the house. And so I think my experience definitely, when I was younger, it was so much easier to be engrossed in everything. Our brains as children are definitely a lot more malleable, and we soak in information like that. But then as we grow a little bit older, I think I went through a time where I was questioning everything that was instilled in my mind from my childhood. Because I think I just wanted to find that path for myself instead of having it kind of served up on a silver plate for me. And so, but then through that experience, I was able to find my way home. I went back to the temple around like senior year of high school. I took the Dharma class. And then from there, I was slowly learning the best I can because my Chinese is no good, but the best I can. And then slowly kind of find my way through my own cultivation journey. So currently what I do, so I am a mental health counselor, psychotherapist. I actually just graduated this year. During, I had a virtual graduation, everything was amazing. And then, and so now I am kind of like building up that professional skill, that professional journey of being a therapist and helping other people out there with mental health struggles. And so building that up and hopefully trying to like link that up also with my own cultivation, because I realize a lot of like, what I teach to my clients are actually very aligned to some of the things that were discussed in class about letting go. And I was like, I just told my client that like last week. So, so a lot of the ideals are very parallel. And so yeah, that is my journey currently. I don't know what else to say.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah, especially you can receive that when you're a baby. That's probably the best thing happened to you.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Not everybody in their shoes. Yeah. Are you vegetarian?
So I think I've talked about this a little bit before. So I am working on that. My family, they're vegetarian. So when I'm at home, I only eat vegetables. I'm basically vegan at home, and I'm kind of like finding my way and my own footsteps to completely transition into being a vegan. The habit is basically down because I just eat vegetables every single day. But yeah.
That's good. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Keep doing what you are doing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, for sharing. Raymond, are you there?
Hello, my name is Raymond Zhu. My Dao experience began when I was born in China and I moved to America here in New York. After that, my mom got introduced to Dao, and then I was also introduced to Dao at a young age. And I pretty much grew up in the temple, became a vegan, and eat vegetables at home. So
说他是吃素。
Raymond, how old are you?
mic went off. I am currently 13 years old and about to be 14.
Wow.
And, I personally believe that these classes are kind of interesting because they show the history in a completely new light and it's different from the history that we learn in school. That's it.
Raymond, it's difficult
Yes.
to become to become a vegetarian for you.
Yeah.
How about in the school?
In school, I just pretty much eat anything I can in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. But at home, you eat a vegetarian food.
I do eat vegetables at home, but then it's more like I only eat vegetables when I'm at home because my mom is a vegan.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, her mom is a lecturer. We
Yeah.
both attended the Dharma class in 2008. So
Oh,
that's how long I've known him and his mom.
Yeah. Step by step. Yeah. Step by step. Good job. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You're so young. Got a lot of potential there. Raymond.
Yes. Okay, Brian is Raymond's brother, right? So, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. First, I thank the heaven and everyone here to giving me this opportunity to deep Tao experience. I first started going to the temple like around 5 years ago, like when I was 7 years old, and
Yeah, the mic is breaking up.
sorry, I lost connection. So I'm currently 12 years old right now, and I currently learned about the three treasures about like around a year ago, and I want to learn more about Tao. I'm currently living in a temple right now to experience more about Tao.
Is that your your parents' temple?
Yeah.
Actually, it was a public. It's not a family temple. But they
it's
moved
not
to
a family.
during the pandemic they moved to that public temple.
That's great. Mhm.
Brian, you have more to share?
Only a bit because I don't really know that much. My parents are vegan, and I want to become a vegan too, but I don't want to eat meat. But it's like a feeling. It's like a feeling to me, like God doesn't want me to eat meat, but it's like a feeling. It's a habit, but I try not to eat meat as much as I can at home. Yeah, that's about all I think I can say.
Good job. Yeah, Brian. Follow
Yeah.
your parents.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you.
job.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing. Han, are you there?
My name is Han. I live in Brooklyn. I was born in China and moved here when I was like around 4 to 5 years old. And I received the Tao on 2015. So I was 10 years old. So how I got the Tao was like my parents also received the Tao, so I went with them and received the Tao with them. So ever since we've just been like going to the temple when we can, and now that my mom's vegan, she became vegetarian a few years ago. At home, I also just mostly eat vegetables. I'm not a vegetarian, so yeah, that's basically it. I go to the temple with my mom and sometimes listen to lectures in the temple when we used to be able to go to the temples. And that's basically it. There's nothing special about it.
All right. Thank you, Han, for sharing with us. How old are you again?
I'm 14.
14.
Okay.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job. You are vegetarian, right, Sam?
No, I said I was my
You want to be,
mom
okay.
was, so I mostly eat vegetables at home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take one step at a time. I think you can start maybe morning meals, or maybe one month a week, one day a week. Start from that way. Yeah, step by step. Good job. Yeah.
Okay, is Oscar here?
So hello, my name is Oscar, and I'm 12 years old. I've been learning Tao for about a year now, and I want to thank the grace of heaven for this opportunity. So it all started when I moved from New York to Texas last summer, and it was my grandmother who helped me to get into like the part of Tao and have the chance to learn about the traditions and beliefs of Tao. So like I want to thank her. So in the beginning, like Tao was like a belief, but like when I got in touch, I learned.
Oscar, we can't hear you. Can you use your earphone?
Yeah, so far Vicky and Oscar's mic is not working.
She says working now though.
Vicky.
Okay.
Okay, so first I want to thank the grace of heaven and lecture tide. My name is Vicky and I'm 14 years old and I live in Houston, Texas. I was born in the United States, but I was sent to China to be raised by my grandparents because at that time my parents were very busy with work. My younger brother also went to China later on, shortly after he was born. When I turned 4, my brother and I went back to the US. And on the very first day we got back, we took a 2-hour-long subway trip with our parents to a temple to receive the Tao. 4-year-old me at that time had no idea what Tao is. I want to thank my mom for regularly taking me and my brother to the temple. We obtained a better understanding of what Tao is after a few years in the temple in New York. In 2018, a temple was set up at our new house in Houston, Texas. My brother and I learned to do everything in the temple. At the same time, my mom set up a Chinese class in the temple every weekend. Every weekend, me, my brother, and along with some other kids would learn Chinese together in the temple. These 2 years, we read 大学, 中庸, 文语, etc. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, classes in the temple were canceled. My mom still wanted all the kids from the weekend temple class to continue learning despite being quarantined. So she told us to go on classes online. Even though this pandemic may interfere with our normal day-to-day life, I feel like it is a great opportunity to learn new things. I am very thankful for this English Tao Study class and for lecture time. Through this class, I gained a much better understanding about Tao, namely the nature of karma, Buddha nature, and Tao principles. This class also helped me better understand the meaning of the words to the Maitreya Sutra, which my mom, brother, and I have been reciting since around the start of quarantine. I feel lucky to be able to take Tao studies at a young age, and I believe it will make me a better human being in the future. Again, I want to thank the Grace of Heaven and Lecture Tai. I also want to thank everyone taking part in this meeting for making this class possible. That concludes my brief introduction about myself. Thank you.
Good job, Vicky.
Yeah, thank you.
And Vicky, and you and Oscar are in Houston, Texas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We have a family. We are in Dallas, in the Plano area too, very close to you.
Okay.
Is Oscar your family or no?
No. We're neighbors.
Or neighbors? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin, are you here?
Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm 23 years old and I'm a student in college. And I was introduced to Tao maybe when I was around 10 or 11 years old. And back when I was younger, at like the local temple, all the classes were mainly in Chinese. So even though my parents wanted me to kind of attend and get to know it better, I never really fully got the chance to, I guess, until now when we have these English classes. So I guess I'm grateful for the opportunity to kind of get past the language barrier to understand better. And so because I only recently started attending these classes, I'm still new to Tao, I suppose. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Good job.